Hello. Sorry, bit of a mad scramble. Did say I might go live. I'm just going to stick something up on the notices in case anyone doesn't know. Live now. Oh, I can't even spell. Fat fingers. Well, good afternoon, lovely people. I did say I would actually do something about some of the sales that I've made, because I've got a bundle of parcels that are due to go out today, so I thought I'd show you before I actually pack them up and post them. The only reason they didn't go earlier is because I was waiting for my new laptop to arrive, and it has. Hello. Hello, Shelsterini. Hi, Shelley. Gemma, hiya. Oh, you got into the... Well, Gemma, let's hope this is interesting enough for you, because I'm not promising. Catherine, hello. I may need to flip onto... Oh God, hang on. I may need to flip onto this and my channel so I can see the chat and it won't disappear on me. Bear with me a moment. Live now and the volume down. I don't really like to see myself. It's almost unavoidable, isn't it? Right, well, I'll give it a second or two for someone else to come in. I hope you lovely people have all had a fairly good weekend. Hello, Mihaly. I hope I've said that right. I apologise if I've just mangled your name. Lovely to see you. It's a new name to me. It's all been fun and games, hasn't it? There's some people have had really good sales this weekend. I know Nick and Andrew have done quite well. And people are reporting that things are picking up. I'm not a Christmas Q4 kind of seller. Excuse me, bobbling around here. I've got a whole pile of stuff down here ready to show. And I need to sort of get it on screen so I can remember what it was that I paid. What it was that I sold it for. I barely remember what I paid for stuff, and I think it is when I first started. Oh good, thank you, Mihaly, I'm glad I've got that right. When I first started, I did used to itemise every little item, what I paid for it, and after a while and after so many years, I kind of stopped doing that. I look at what I spend monthly and I look at what comes in monthly. Some things I remember because it was an incredible bargain, but I rarely pay large amounts for something unless I can be sure in my heart of hearts that I'm going to get a pretty damn good return. You know, I take punts on things, but they're always fairly calculated risks. And despite what Shelsterini says, I do not know everything about brands. I really, really don't. And if I gave that impression, I can only apologise half-heartedly. I never say to anyone, buy what I buy. Sometimes I'll buy something, it will fly out the door in 5 minutes flat. Other times it will sit there languishing in what passes for a stockroom for years. So, you know, don't be taken in by too much of what I'm saying sells. Because it's a funny game, this, and it's very hard to second guess. Now, you're going to see me sort of dipping down here into my lovely bag of tricks, because I've got about the Oracle. Dear God, or Goddess. That's difficult act to follow, isn't it? I'm trying to be, and it's been, because I've been doing this 3 years, and when you first start, you tend to go out and want to buy everything, and then you really think, hang on a minute, I've got my time that's worth money, I've got the amount of fees I've got to pay, which accounts for a good 25% of any money taken. Hi, Gemma. So, yeah, it's... I've just got a bit less worried about individual prices of things, because overall, on balance, what I spend and what I make, I'm making money. And that's what we're here for. Let me have a dig around to show you the very first item. It's a weird one. I do buy, excuse the scrunchie, I do buy the weirdest things, and when I see strange things, this is weird, see? Hello, Kathy. You're getting everyone this morning. Now that, oh, of course, it's all back front for you guys, isn't it? I can only apologise. This is the Peninsula, Hong Kong. This is actually from a hotel, and I've seen these because I like Cinnabar. Now, I don't know what genuine Cinnabar is. I have no idea, but I was intrigued, and I think I paid about £2 for this. I'm sniffing because it comes with a soap. It's from a hotel in Hong Kong from the 1980s, and I have to say, the soap still smells good, bizarrely. I just liked it as a box. But I've had this on for a long, long, long time. But I have finally sold this to someone whose wife apparently collects stuff to do with this particular hotel, which is has a bit of a cult following, the Peninsula in Hong Kong, and it's sold for £16, and I had £3.99 postage. I had quite a high postage. I just do. It's my time, my energy, and I have this slight feeling that if you price something at a certain price, and people do sort by highest, lowest price, unless they specify lowest price plus postage, you're going to come up a bit higher. It works for me. I'm not suggesting anyone else do that, but it definitely works for me. I really don't offer free postage on anything, with the exception of something that might go as a large letter or, you know, is very small. Excuse me, fiddling with my fringe, but seriously, I think Carla and I should form the Fringe Club. She was brave enough to attack her own with scissors. God, I'm not, but I'm getting to that point. And I've got a white stripe, so I'll apologise here now. You'll see a flash of white, which is now part of my hair colour. Right, something else to show you. Hang on a minute. I think did I tell somebody the other day that I was lucky enough I found 3 pairs of Salvatore Ferragamo shoes in one day when I went up to where did I go to? Caterham, I think it was, with a friend. I don't live in Caterham, but I go and see a friend there, and we go around the charity shops. This was the oldest and tattiest pair, and I put these on auction. I started them off at £9.99. There we go. They are Vara bow shoes. This bow is very typical of their design, Vara bow. I did declare that they are quite worn. I even put worn in the title, which I know is a bit dangerous, but I didn't put well worn. But they are, you know, they've been worn enough where they're quite bendy here. They're always leather soles on Salvatore Ferragamo, and these have definitely seen better days. They're a little thinning. The heels aren't bad, and they're quite a generous size. If I remember their, what size were they? A UK 8.5. And I had someone ask about these, and they wanted me to actually provide measurements of the width and the length of the sole, which is pretty damn tricky on a pair of shoes with heels. It was worth it because I'd had one bid on them, but I think because I answered this lady's question, there ensued a slight bidding war. These that I paid £2 for, I sold for £27.09. God knows where the 9p comes from. I thought bidding increments were logical, but that's not a bad return on £2 because they're not perfect, but somebody obviously wanted them. How do I smell? How do I smell that, Meg? Right, I have to think about this because I tend to write things down. It's Salvatore, which is the Italian, S-A-L-V-A-T-O-R-E. Ferragamo, which is probably the best one to search under, is F-E-R-R-A-G-A-M-O. Ferragamo, yes, F-E-R-R-A-G-A-M-O. Salvatore Ferragamo. They're known for leather goods, bags in particular, and shoes. I've also got some ankle boots and another pair of ankle boots, I think, which are on at fixed price. So I might just move those to auction because they were the tattiest ones by far. Very, very pleased and surprised. I'm just looking for somewhere to put them though. That's all. They're what Sparrows and Mel might have described as a little bit feety. But they're not sniffy. They're all right. So that was a good sale. I was quite pleased with that. That auction finished last night. And then these. Hang on, bear with a minute. Oh, here they are. And they're here. Well, 'tis the season for sparkles, and these basically haven't been worn. They are covered in jewels. They're encrusted. They're not an amazing brand. Carvela Geiger. It's okay. They're not as good as that was a really good brand at one time. I think they were £6. UK 6. Yes, they are. Gemini. It's always useful with shoes to try and find out what the actual name of them was. I do find that helps. Look at the heel on that. I'd be about 12 feet if I wore those. they are my size, but no. Lovely pointy toes. The pointy toe is very much making a comeback, I think. And they're really not much worn. Clearly someone's worn them to a party. You don't have any luck with shoes. I think there are so many shoes and it's a very saturated market. If you can find shoes that are unusual, very fashionable, excellent brands and in brilliant condition, you've got the holy, obviously not a trinity, and it's probably not holy either, but you know, you've hit jackpot. Trial and error and have a bit of a research and just see what's sold. Shoes go for a huge, amazing variety of prices. They really are all over the place. Sorry, needed tea. But they were rather splendid. But not for me. It's funny, when I buy shoes, people always look at me and say, oh, they're not going to, because they assume because I'm tall, I'm going to have big feet. No, it is not so. I'm a 6. In spite of being 5'9", and I don't fall over, no. Condition does matter a lot. The only exception are things like people who will follow Salvatore Ferragamo and will want to wear them anyway. But condition is important, and there is a bit of a market for shoes that are in poor condition, shall we say. I don't do a lot of shoes, but I do love shoes. I can only wear boots or flip-flops myself. I can't actually wear the damn things, but I do appreciate the beauty of them and why people want certain shoes. I've got millions of pairs of boots though. Right. Okay. See, what I tend to do is I tend to pack my stuff up when I've listed it in its bag and then write what's on it. So this is Salvatore Italia 46-inch chest. It's a lovely sort of camel, classic camel jacket really. I've had this for forever. I probably paid sort of between £2 to £5 for it, possibly. I don't pay more than that for a jacket unless I know the brand. Sorry, rustling. Some people like that. Is that SMAR? Wow. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't pay enormously for something unless I knew it was an absolutely amazing brand. And I do watch a chap called Jim who is in America because he sells men's clothes, and it's nice to see what they buy. But you know, men in some ways are more basically straightforward creatures when it comes to their clothing. So they're like, certain things, a 2-button blazer rather than 3. They like the camel. They like blue clothes. And it's certain things. Oh dear, what have I said? Hello, lobster. Welcome. Yeah, so this is just a fairly plain sort of moleskin kind of camel jacket, and it's rather nice. I actually sold that for $34.99. It had hung around for a while. These things don't go quickly. I've listed it as a camel blazer jacket cashmere blend. So it has cashmere in it. I put blazer and jacket in because people look for them, and camel is one of those things people look for. When I relist and go through sell similar and put things on again, I'm always tweaking the keywords to try and think if I missed something, if I missed something that's going to help the bloody thing sell, because I've got one hell of a stock room in there and it's rammed. So I'm always pleased when something goes out the door. Right, here we go. Had a lovely note from the buyer on this next dress saying have a lovely Christmas. I struggle with the concept of Christmas until we get to December. I really, really do. This hasn't been bagged because for some reason it missed my bagging process. It's summery. It's in my summer bag. But it just pays to list summery things sometimes, and maybe it's just her favourite style. This was, it's a Debenhams one, nothing special. I think this probably was a jumbo sale pickup because I'm not sure I would have picked it up otherwise. So it's probably a 50p if that. It was a size 18. I do put things like party on my listings at this time of year because, you know, who knows. And yeah, it's got a kind of flippy hem. Is that animal printy? Maybe it's inspired someone. But there we go. That cost me very little money, and I did take an offer on that of £15, so I probably had it up for $19.99, and I'm happy to take an offer. Oh, let me think. Here we go. Bear with me. I won't be long. Oh, Lord. You can't really see these. I do write on them. what they are. This is a mode vintage corduroy shirt. Corduroy shirts for men might be starting to have a moment. I picked this one up in a fit of needle cord madness, I think. I've had this forever. It only cost me £2. I remember picking it up. And it's been hanging around. And could I bloody find it this morning? Oh, I had to dig deep into bags. I really, really did. So I might have paid a couple of quid for it, and it went for £12.99. So yeah, not the kind of profit I want to make, really. I'd rather do better. But like most people, I've got stuff from the earlier days that I'm want to move through. I haven't experimented with promotions. I haven't experimented with sales. I haven't done any of that. I'm just really not managed to achieve it. So I was just checking on the chat there in case I've missed something. Right, so the next thing. I wonder why Karen wasn't here. She's at a friend's. Well, it's a good excuse. She sticks to it now. A suit. Look, this is coming out of its bag. More rustling. Anyone who likes rustling? Yes, it is a good thing. I just haven't actually got round to it. I think I'm going to have to go through and cull a few things. I've got a lot of stuff. This is actually a Hobbs suit. I'll get it out now because it's a suit. That's a rustle. I think I paid £8.99 for this. It's a little jacket. It's wool blend. It's sort of career work office sort of thing, just below the knee jobby. The size isn't too bad. I think it's that's it. Some people take the size labels out. I'm like, well, who are you hiding it from? Anyway, did I say what size it was? Yes, they're both a size 14. There we go. No need to hide that. Rather a nice little thing. I do struggle with suits, I've got to be honest. I have some I need to get rid of, but that one went reasonably quickly. So quite happy there. Just making a big pile there. It's all going to come over. You're going to have a drowned treasure pile any minute. So that I think I paid about £7.99, £8 for. It actually only sold for £38. I had it higher and I reduced it because it wasn't going anywhere. So not bad though. I mustn't grumble. These don't look much at all. They're really odd colour. They're sort of pinky tan, but they're by COS, and I think COS. Anyone who knows that label has ever found COS out there in the wild. They're wide leg trousers. They're only a size 8, but they've seriously not been worn. Had never been worn. They looked brilliant, and they cost me. I think they were £2 because it was a £2 day at the charity shop. So I like those, and they were £34.99. Very pleased. Oh God. It's kind of that thing, me trying desperately to aim for quality, not quantity, and I've still got a bit of quantity going on, but I need to I haven't got a lot of space. So they were rather lovely. Wide leg trousers, I don't have too much trouble getting rid of, especially if they're a decent brand like Hobbs or COS or Q or something like that, with a bit of wool content, just well-made ones. People always seem to want them for work. Now I had this as a suit originally, where it had a sort of like a button-knee blouse, and this. It's very hippie. I think you'd probably recognise these if you're old enough. You'll recognise the, oh look, a little velour, anyone? Sort of hippie skirt. And then what I decided is, with certain things that weren't shifting as suits, just sell them separate. And funnily enough, the skirt's gone. And actually, I think you make more money out of them. So that was a fairly averagey sale. The whole suit cost me £3.95, so that's £2 maybe for the skirt then. Sold for £18.75. There is £3.99 shipping that goes on top of these. As I've said, I don't do it for free. Now, beautiful thing here. I have had this for a long time, but it's sold. Now, I'm not going to get this out of the bag because it's an absolute bitch to put away. But it's a silk dressing gown with the collar kind of, it's not quilting, but it's got embroidery detail on the collar. It's It's really nice. Oh God, you've got me on big screen. Jeez, I wish I'd put some makeup on. Apologies in advance there, South London resale. Yeah, it's rather nice. It's beautiful. It's a long, long dressing gown, house coat, and it's just stunning. You can't really see it. Oh, there we go. It is the most glorious thing. I've had it forever. I think I paid £12.99 for it because I loved it so much. It had a little bit of wear around the collar. Well, not so much wear, but you know how silk takes on a bit of a sheen here. Oh God, oh, stay. But I thought it doesn't show when it's being worn, and it is absolutely beautiful. And I've just sold that for £89.99. That's my kind of profit. It's just finding that sort of thing, and not overpaying out for it. It's always a balance, isn't it, between what you get for your money and what you're going to get back. That was well worth doing, though. That was one happy treasure pirate moment there. Okay, not clothes, this bit. I've got to get them out first and try not to knock them over. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. I have two of these. A matched pair. Oh, come on. Is it going to focus? How do I get it to do this? Ah. Sorry, my phone is not very capable. This is Cloisonne. It's the enamel treatment. I'll see if I can maybe I can keep it this way. Let's see. Oh dear, I'm just going to make everyone's eyes go funny. I need a bigger hand. Yes, I've not got the biggest hands. Could have done with my husband. Tell you what, hang on, maybe there's a way of doing this. Quick thinking, hang on. Piece of something behind it. Maybe that will do it. No, it's not going to make it focus. Anyway, they are, take my word for it, they're really, yeah, they are really rather lovely. I'm not sure, they're not old, they're mid-century, nice little, it's basically a brass pot, and then they apply a tiny wire, and then they drop the enamel in the wires. These were in pretty good condition. I pick them up occasionally. I think I paid £3.99, there's a pair. I love these sort of things. I know they're a bit kitsch, but these look like a nice quality pair, and they came with two little stands. I mean, you get big ones of these that cost a fortune. I had these up quite high. I probably had these for about over a year. Like I say, I think I paid about £3.99 for them, and they finally sold for £30. I think that was an offer that I took for the pair. So, you know, it's still good money. But I'm trying to learn about more of these interesting bricky-bracky things, just in case the bottom falls out of the clothes market. Well. And I find it interesting. I like picking up things and then researching them. Right, back to clothes. Back to clothes. How long have I burbled it, you look for? Good God, it hasn't been going that long. This is a very little, this hasn't been wrapped either yet. Haven't had it long enough. This shot out the door quite quickly within 2 weeks of listing. And it's because I think it's Paul Smith. It's a green label, which is a bit unusual. It says Paul with a cross, a kiss, size small. It's very, very tiny for smaller people. There's just something about the quality of the fabric they use, though, I must say. And what have I said? Oh, it has got cashmere in it. That's why I'm fishing. Not a lot of cashmere. 55% silk, 40% cotton, 5% cashmere. And that's why it felt so nice to my little paws as I was going through the rails. Yes. So it was thank you. That's coming home with me. I think that was a £2.50 purchase, something like that. And that did actually sell for £29.99 with postage on top. So that was a bit of a find. Sometimes I come across Paul Smith. It's not all brilliant. Especially some of the men's stuff. Condition is important, and that was because it had that nice monochrome stripe that people like. So yeah. Oh, another thing that's been hanging around forever. Well, not forever. I bought it in the summer. It's a black blob in a bag. It is actually a maxi dress by it's a brand called Joanna Hope, which I think is one of the. It might be a mail order. It's not a brand that anyone's really particularly bothered about, I don't think. But this was a size 22 maxi dress, and it had like sort of a very straight column, like with a kind of slight wrap over velvet bit for the top. Very flattering, comes with a belt, a bit silky, a bit velvety, and I thought, you know what, that's going to make someone a lovely dress for the party season. And being a bigger size, I thought there's a good chance. I got £19.99 for it. I think it was one of the ones I paid about £2 for. Fake Rachel, hello. Hello you, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Gosh, there's a blast from the past with a name there. I'm nearly getting to the bottom of my haul. I don't know whether I should blame you, Shasta, for this one. Pimpernel mats. These are placemats. These are placemats, and they are coasters. Sorry, little coasters. Now these didn't have a top to the box, but they all seem to be pubs. So we have the Bell at Stilton. Is there a place called Stilton? Yeah, maybe. The Lord Crew Arms in Blanchland. The Swan at Lavenham. The Swan at Grasmere. I know where Grasmere is. Ye Old Bell in Hurley. And the George at Norton St Philip. No idea about those pubs. None of them from my locality. But they're all in really good nick. I know Pimpernel go quite well. They're not quite the hunting ones that everyone says is terribly popular. But I've only had those up for a cycle, and they went for £14.99 plus postage. So I would have paid £2 maximum for those. Maybe less if I could have gotten away with it. Sometimes you'll see things at £3 odd, and I think, yeah, but unless I'm selling it for over £20, it's really not worth my while. Which is awful, really, because sometimes I think I'm leaving money behind. But is that click decision making? Not bad for coasters. Well, there you go, you see. I don't know, maybe one of the pubs was someone's local. Place names and stuff can have that thing. I'm drinking the last of my tea because it's getting cold. Ah, yes. Where did that go then? Oh. 'Tis the season for ski jackets, which is making me some space in my stock. And this one here is a fairly nondescript. It's white. I did put it through the washing machine. I will do with these sort of things because they all seem to get their collar and cuffs a bit grubby. And it's improved it. This is a fairly good make. Again, you will come out back to front, won't it? Salomon. It's a fairly well-known ski make. I'm looking here just to see what I said. Salomon, white, medium women, Prima Loft, outdoor hiking ski insulated jacket, medium. So those are my keywords, and that's because people don't always want a ski jacket for skiing. They want it just to be warm, hiking, outdoors, all that kind of thing. All the information about it being Prima Loft and that was inside. So any technical specifications I try and stick in the keywords because it might just be what someone's looking for. So that's big but light. And then another jacket. Now I was surprised by this one. This one, was this a jumble sale? I think this was ridiculously cheap. This is about a couple of quid. Now you may or may not know this brand. Aigle. Oh dear God. A-I-G-L-E. They do make boots, they make riding and equestrian stuff, but this is a fairly plain hooded jacket. The reason I even paid attention to it or noticed it is because it has all this leather edging work on it, and so obviously it's going to be a good quality jacket if it's been kind of leather edged. It was when I looked closer I saw the Aigle label that I thought, yeah, go with that. It's not perfect, I've declared it's not perfect. This one was Aigle soft shell jacket, Parker, hooded beige casual look, women's cotton coat, UK 16. I do like to fill in my keywords, and I do find that helps. Hello Ruby. Ruby Reno, welcome. It's a nice quality thing. Like I say, I think this is one I really did only pay a couple of quid for, and I was surprised to find it. It obviously went under the radar of the charity shop, the people I was buying from, and that's sold for £26.99 with postage on top. Like I say, I do say in the condition, if you know, it could do with the wash, or it's, you know, shows a few signs of wear, but you know, I'm not going to go overboard picking holes in it either. It's perfectly decent. I think those are quite expensive new. So that's what I actually sold, and that's what's going out. That was from Saturday and Sunday. So I've actually had quite a good weekend in terms of what that comes to. Let's have a look. I can't do graphs a la Z. I can't do. I'm looking at my little chart here. So yesterday I sold £246.97, and Saturday it was 208.67. Bearing in mind I'd had a £70 day the day before. Nearly 100. If I don't go over £100, I'm always a bit disappointed. I've been quite disappointed this month. On Tuesday, I didn't sell a sausage, not a single thing. But I look at it over balance, and yeah, I'm still up on where I was last year. I may not be selling as many things, but I'm making more money. That's what I want to do, because I'm quite lazy at heart and I don't want to work too hard. I've got a couple of things I picked up this morning from a charity shop. If anyone's interested, or if you're really busy and would rather go, then let me know in the chat. It's not a massive haul, let me know, and I can show you those. I spent £21 this morning, which for me is quite a lot of money to spend in one go. I'm a real skinflint, but I think I got some decent finds, and that was in one charity shop, and they just opened. It's because I've been having to drop my husband off at work, and because he fell off his bike and he's hurt his arm. So because I have to take him down and out into the countryside to get to his office, I tend to swing by this little charity shop on the way home. It's one of those ones where I have to duck going through the doorway. It's hilarious. Oh my God, one day I'm going to brain myself going through. And I mean, I'm not that tall. I don't usually have to duck, you know. It's not usually that bad. But that shop is tiny. Right. More rustling. Oh, yes, please. I'm laying down. Let me scoot back up. I've just missed that. Yes, please. I'm laying down for a day, not budging. Oh, Dave. Ouch. Okay. Ouch. Okay, well, we'll do a haul just for you then. We'll do a haul just for you, DPG. Might distract you at least for 5 minutes. Okay, so I spent £21 this morning. Hadn't really thought I was going to come out with anything. It's all crammed in this bag. I've got to be a bit careful with it though. What's in the bag? So, first thing out of the bag today is, well, how could I not? It's a man's corduroy jacket. Now she sees the mark on the bum of it. Oh, no, that's just... This one came with 3 toffees in the pockets. I don't know if they were Werther's Originals, but they might have well have been. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? That's going to need a little attention now. That's just obviously sat somewhere. But it's a nice thick cord jacket. Someone will probably want that. The reason I was attracted to it primarily is Orvis. There we go. I don't know how many of you know this brand. You won't see it very often. It's kind of like a country hunt and shoot and fishing kind of brand, but they also make quite decent clothes for men and women. And people who are fans of them pay good money for them. Sometimes I get stuff that goes off to America because they love the old English brands, but it's Orvis, O-R-V-I-S. That one would have been... Now, I paid £6 for that. I'm really hoping to get some decent money out of this. I'm hoping to get about 45 for the jacket, but I haven't researched. I've literally... Yes, I love Orvis. Some of the clothes are hideous, but people pay for them. It's the women's clothes in Orvis that get me. They're all that kind of stuff and nonsense kind of things. You can imagine sort of very stout women in kind of the Lincolnshire countryside stomping around their land wearing them. It's just me. I just have these mental images of some people that wear these clothes. It amuses me. Now, jeans, yes. I do have a lot of jeans. But these fascinated me. Partly because they are exceptionally vintage. And I've got to do my research on them. They were a punt. Does anyone remember Brutus jeans? Brutus, B-R-U-T-U-S, denim jean, authentic spec. These are the high-waister men's. Brutus jeans. Big, big, big size. I don't know if they're going to go for a lot. I think I've paid... Where have all the tags gone? Tags come off that. I think I paid £4 for those. But, you know, there is a market for vintage stuff. And those are very authentic. They're heavy denim. Someone's going to want those. I was in a bit of a take a punt mood this morning, I think. I also found another one of my pet brands that I like, which is Gant. G-A-N-T. It's an American brand. I'm not sure these are the best. I paid £4.50 for these. But they've hardly been worn. And Gant it's a bit like Orvis in that it has a following. If people like Gant, they will wear it. They are wide but not tall. So I may not do so well with those. And another Gant pair of trousers, which happen to be, they're not needle cord, they're kind of like a moleskin. A lot of people like these, especially in winter because they're warm. They are also Gant, G-A-N-T. It is a very high quality brand and it's horribly expensive new. So there's a lot of fellas out there who are quite happy to get their second-hand Gant fixed. That is also, they are also not particularly long, but quite wide. So basically I'm looking for an averagely tall, wide man who likes Gant. Right, last couple of oddities. I paid £1 each for these. This particular charity shop only charges £1 for belts. And I'll pick something up if it's interesting. But this fascinated me because this took me back, way back when. Here we go. So who was a Girl Guide then? Yay! It's a Girl Guide one with a little... God knows what you attach to those dingly danglies. It's quite goes to a decently big size. Yeah, Girl Guides Association. Be prepared. Nobody wants to be caught unprepared. But there we go. Oh God, there we go. People do this and then it focuses. Obviously my camera can't do it. They like watching. Well, we want them to be buying, not watching. I think that's a man thing too. They just watch things. Don't know. So one for the Girl Guides and another one which I think has been... Oh, I didn't spot the name. This is all put back to front. But again, I can feel leather. And good quality leather. Yes. I don't know maybe... I'm not sure how that works. I may have to look this up, but there was this. Oh God, no, you can't see it. It's sort of like a shell or horn or something like that. Sort of backed it. I've got to do some research into this. Truly I have. Because that S&W, and I've just seen on here that this does go with it because it says stone and wasted. Genuine leather made in Italy. And it was the feel of it. I'm very tactile when I'm out shopping. So now all I've got to do is work out how in merry heck. Ah, poppers. I thought it was riveted, you see. I thought, how odd. Okay, so that comes off there. So you can change your belt buckle even. And then, I don't know. So this doesn't look like it's ever been worn, to be fair. No, I don't want to push it through either. I might have to do that to show it off on the dummy. Put it on Edna. But that's a nice quality thing. So I don't know the brand Stone and Wasted, but I'm sure if something is good quality, it's not going to be cheap. So it's probably got resale value. And for £1, I'm always happy to learn something new, so I'll take a punt. Oh, it smells properly as well. It always reminds me of when I was a kid. We used to have to clean the tack of ponies and things, which bizarrely I did far too much as a child. The smell of leather, quality leather, has a whole... Oh, it's just different. It's just good. So that's why I know about leather from horse's tackle. Lovely. God, that just sounds so wrong, doesn't it? Anyway, my lovelies, I hope you've enjoyed my sharing. I actually put some sales on for once. I can't get my head around doing a whole month. It does my head in. And it would take far too long. And currently I can't do it on my mainframe computer because for some reason the little camera that works quite well on a live hangout doesn't want to work on a live stream with YouTube. Maybe my new laptop I'll be able to do it, and then I can learn how to screen share and do all those lovely things. But I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Death by Glow. I can't even begin to imagine what an abscess must feel like. That's just horrible. So yeah, take care of yourself and make sure someone looks after you properly. I hope you've got meds. Exactly, Lobster. I hope you've got meds for that. And it's been under proper medical supervision. Anyway, I shall let you all go, and I may even see everyone on the live thing on Friday. You never know. So, tutty bye, and I'll work out how to switch it off now. Bye bye now. Awkward as, isn't it? Yes, I do.